This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
All right, everybody, how you doing? Captain Jack here, and I am privileged to have my DC wench with me. It is Miss Peggy. By the way, folks, if you are on Facebook, I appreciate you being on Facebook, but get your ass over to YouTube. And I'm talking to my folks that are here on Instagram. You're watching me. You can watch the whole show over on YouTube. You don't have to look at an old dude the entire time. You can look at Peggy and me and everybody else that comes on. Please come over to YouTube, Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Get on over there. Miss Peggy, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Still scratching my head after Sunday and the Sunday before that, but I think I'm missing my ride or die partners. Where are they tonight?
Yeah, we know. They're a little under the weather.
They're under the weather. The whole household has come down with something, and we're shouting out with the chicken soup and hoping that you get better real soon. I
That's
feel
right.
so lonely without you. I was going to bounce something off of Heidi, but Captain Jack, I want to get started just by talking about one thing that Heidi predicted at our last show. And hey, that's Deshaun Jackson. Remember, we were debating about whether we wanted OBJ or Deshaun? And
Yeah.
Heidi told you why she didn't want Deshaun, because she remembered his first almost touchdown, crossing the goal line, and he fumbles the ball.
Yeah.
And what exactly happened on Sunday?
Yeah, we'll see. Then I'm blaming that fumble on Heidi then.
Yes, we have to.
Yeah.
You have to give her
Because,
some credit. She
yeah.
predicted it, and everything she predicts usually comes true. But Captain Jack, after that fumble, it seemed like the air went out of the Raiders. I don't know about you, but I really think after that, it was such an ignominious start. I'm like, Deshaun. Come on.
Yeah.
Not many of us wanted you here in the first place.
Well, see,
You know?
I'm one that actually did want Djax over OBJ. I did want Djax over OBJ because I thought that if you're gonna go diva, go diva who's less of a problem.
And yeah, and I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Both of them are, high-powered guys, and I can understand, some of that personality and everything. But performance on the field in the last couple of years, and I mentioned Deshaun missing 37 games, and I said 3 years. I meant to say in the last 4 years. That's a lot of time off the field.
That is.
And I don't care who you are, you cannot get your game bearings back. You cannot get that chemistry. I mean, that drive was going so well. We had just completed pass to B. Edwards. We were moving on. I said, finally, they found Kansas City, the 22nd ranked team against the pass. Finally, they found some holes. And then that happened. And but we really want to go back to the beginning of that game, Captain. And
let's do that.
To me, from the very beginning, from the very start, that game was out of control on defense. And I really thought, as I had said in a commentary I gave, that they went and put their 2020 costumes on and came out to play, because that team looked like a Gunther organized defense. I could not believe how unprepared they were to face the Chiefs, especially after so many teams have given you a blueprint of how to beat Mahomes. I mean, we got Tennessee holding them to 3 points this year. 3 points! And yet, from the very get-go, we were doing all the wrong things. We thought that putting pressure on Mahomes was going to basically get the game going in our way. That is exactly the wrong thing to do.
Well, I will say this though, in the defense's defense, I know that's kind of like a hard thing to say. In defense of the defense, Max Crosby was molested, mugged, and what do you call it? Like cow-tied? What, like when they do in the rodeo? Every friggin' play with no holding called against him. I know because I saw it, people.
And so did millions of others. But let me say this. First of all, we've seen this before. Mac was held on every play, okay? When he was here. That's when a team that loses a game as bad as we did starts coming up with, there were so many non-calls. That does not explain the holes that were in our zone coverage, of the unexplained zone coverage in some situations on the goal line. Zone coverage. I could not figure out for the life of me what defense they were kind of, and I keep going back to say, hi Heidi. We were talking about the defense on Sunday. Yes. I keep going back to say
headset issues. Can't hear you.
It's absolutely the wrong thing to do to blitz or rush Mahomes. The key is blanketing his receivers. And so many teams have done it and been successful this year. I just knew we were going to do it, but what happened? Heidi, what? I'm going to throw you right into the fire. What happened with that defense Sunday?
Can you hear Heidi?
I think she's
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
My mouth. Right.
Okay, I got you guys now.
Okay, good.
I had just batted to question you what your take was on the defense Sunday.
Defense, it looked like we recruited last year's team. Gus Bradley got severely outcoached. Our players got severely outplayed. Max Crosby did have a good game, even though he didn't have any sacks.
Because he was held on every friggin' play.
I know.
Nah, whatever.
And Jonathan Abram proved that he should be on the junior varsity squad.
And we thought he was doing so well, Heidi.
We did think he was doing better, but 9 targets, 9 catches, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
She has the numbers.
Yeah,
Those are not stats to strive for.
And Ref Guru said, by the way, I want to say thanks to Ref Guru for coming in. Also, Richie Riche, my favorite Bronco guy. There's a lot of people in here, and we appreciate everybody being here. But the ref says it right there. I was like, I thought we started covering Kelsey last year, aside from the very end of the Raider game in Vegas when we left him wide open.
Exactly.
And but Kelsey was wide effing open all game long, man. All game long.
Did you see the spread formations? And see, this is, Hattie, when you said something about Gus Bradley being our coach, I'm not surprised. Did you see the spread formations that the Chiefs were employing? I saw at the last minute people switching off on coverage as if they didn't really know who they had. And I saw zones that were unmanned. And I mean, they just kept finding what they call the soft spots over and over and over again. And there was absolutely no adjustment, Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
None.
Totally agree. It was like Paul Gunther was back.
I really did. I had to check the sidelines to see if somebody had done a body snatch. But this goes back to what I said before the season about the Gus Bradley selection. We didn't get the best. We got another member of the good old boy coaching network, a guy who Gruden felt comfortable with, and that limits, what he could do. On the offensive side of the ball, I told everybody, told you, Heidi, you heard me say it. When Gruden left, the cheering can only last for so long.
Yeah.
Guess who's our offensive coordinator now? Captain?
Tiger cannot change its stripes.
Yeah. I'll take the job. I mean, I couldn't do any worse.
I mean, at least you would know how to design a play so that you can pull those defenders off your deep guys. Every time we threw deep, there were at least 3 Chiefs in the area. I mean, now, maybe I was just at least 2 to 3 Chiefs were right on our guys. And I'm like, why are so many guys covering our guys deep? Shouldn't they have been drawn off by underneath routes? I mean, who's designing these plays? Then I remembered Greg Olson.
Well, they're still running off the plays that Gruden designed. It's just Greg Olson is choosing which ones to play. And I can't completely blame Greg Olson because Derek did have a lot of audibles. And he audibled out of a lot of the called plays. And he chose his plays himself.
Yeah.
So I can't put it squarely, the calling on Greg Olson. We got to also put some of it on Carr as well.
Yeah, and a guy that I expected to see, that I saw some really creative, explosive plays with in the Eagle game, and before that, Drake. Why isn't Drake on the field? And more importantly, why isn't he getting the ball?
Yeah, him and Josh Jacobs combined, I think, had 11 carries.
The total I saw was, and I'm not sure when it was in the game, but I know that when I looked at the scoreboard, the Raiders had 50 yards rushing.
Right.
That's it. And it was later in the game.
Derek Carr was the leading rusher.
Yeah.
If Derek Carr is your leading rusher, you're doing something wrong in your running game.
Either that or our O-line still ain't fixed. Not like we want it to be fixed. And we all knew it was going to be a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be some.
I consider the O-line as part of the running game.
Right.
I mean, they're the foundation of it.
It is. And I understand some of why the running game is not working, but some of it is just predictability. I mean, the kinds of runs were employed. I noticed Josh Jacobs is bouncing outside a lot more, and I know other people have too. I'm glad to see that, but I'm looking for, draws, screens. There's no mixing of the plays to keep those defenses off balance. They seem like they're just waiting for us to do stuff. I don't know about you, but that's what it seemed like to me. Like Spagnuolo had those guys well prepared, while we were, on the other hand, not to play. And I'm trying to figure this out. Help me out here. I know our comments section is going to help me.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I agree with, and a couple comments that along the lines. Richie Richey's talking about 12 personnel, which is 2 tight ends, and Bourbon Country Raiders said the same things. Moreau and Waller at the same time would be fantastic. Okay, and it would get us into that running games with the passing option, because those 2 guys both know how to catch passes, and it would put the offense, it would give them something different. Plus, you can run more screens out of a 12 personnel as well. So I would like to see more of that.
Yeah, but that kind of creativity comes with a mind, an offensive mind that can absolutely see the X's and O's and see how those routes are supposed to build into other kinds of plays. And your quarterback has to recognize it too. I just don't see Greg Olson, and maybe I'm just tough on the guy. I just have memories, Captain and Heidi, 2013 to 2014, and then down in Jacksonville. Oh, it was so bad. As I said on the earlier show, Gus Bradley had to let him go. Game 8 had to be fired. I mean, the players were complaining. I mean, you just have to have. We need smarter coordinators. And I'm just going to make that as a general. One of the problems the Raiders have is in the way they select coaches. We just need smarter people. People that understand that your game plan has to attack weaknesses. You have to know who's injured, who's out, who's weak, great against the run and terrible against the pass. And your game plan needs to reflect that. We just need people on the sidelines that can recognize, oh, they're doing this kind of umbrella zone on us. Let's see if we can, put something on the sidelines or the corners to deal with that. We need people who can make adjustments. We need smarter coaches.
Well, remember, Greg Olson has been fired 3 times.
Yes.
Twice by Gruden and once by Bradley.
Yes.
And that tells you all you need to know. Plus, and I'm not counting the amount of times he's been let go from other teams. Okay. I've hated Greg Olson as an offensive coordinator, even though he was only an offensive coordinator in name under Gruden. Okay. He was basically a bona fide extra quarterback coach. Okay. If you're going to do that, bring back somebody that we remember when John DeFilippo was our QB coach and turned out to be a decent OC. I don't know where John DeFilippo is now. I'm sure he's probably got a job with somebody. In fact, I'll look it up while you ladies go about the next point. But we need to go and find a good offensive coordinator, or maybe somebody will find that out for me if they know where John DeFilippo is at this point. Okay.
I just want a play designer. Someone who sees the personnel he has and starts working up X's and O's and starts trying them out. And absolutely, we had that in Gruden. I mean, he may not have been the best play caller, but as far as play design, he got everybody involved. I mean, there were so many passes to so many people, plays just designed for Kenyon Drake. Those 2 touchdowns that he, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I go nowhere without Heidi. Heidi is in the deal.
Okay.
Well, we'll be co-offensive coordinators then.
I was going to say,
Yes, I go nowhere without her.
It worked at SC when Sarkeesian and he who shall not be named, because I can't stand him as a friggin' person because he got his job because daddy was a DC. Sarkeesian and he who shall not be named, they were co-offensive coordinators at Southern Cal, and it worked great. So you guys can be offensive coordinators and work it out. I will go underneath Cable as an offensive line assistant because that's my realm. Okay.
Should we give Andrea the defense?
Yeah,
we give her the defense. Yeah.
and I see somebody's bringing up an old name, Hugh Jackson, another excellent play designer. The guy just wasn't ready to be a head coach. I mean, but as far as using the personnel he had, he was wonderful.
Well, that's Ref. Ref knows his stuff. And by the way, here's a plug, folks. I got to do it. Join me, Ref Guru, and Violator tomorrow on Ref Guru's channel. It's the N Space FL channel. Look for NFL Nation Live. If you're not there, if you're enjoying this show, you will enjoy the show with myself, Violator, and Ref Guru. I just had to throw it out there, ladies, because Ref knows his stuff. Just not. I mean, we can't hold a candle to you, ladies. But we know some stuff. We got
our minds open. We're listening to all. And when I come to this show, I don't just express my opinion. I've talked to at least 10, 15 people. And I listen to everybody because everyone has a perspective of the game that I know I missed. And it's wonderful to hear and see the comments of people who saw things during the game that we may not be talking about right now. But I absolutely do think that our problem is that we just don't have smart enough guys on the sidelines. As far as Biagio, do we know him? I mean, can somebody give me some more perspective? Anybody been watching him carefully to find out what kind of guy he is?
Well, I think the jury's still out because again, Rich inherited Gruden's team. He's been at Gruden's hip for a lot. Nope. I don't. Captain Jack. No, sorry, folks. We don't do calls until the wenches say we do calls. Okay, and then if you want to come in and comment, do that. So again, if you want to call, go into the comment section. Say, hey, I want to come in. But that'll probably be at the end of the first hour. Okay, we got a bit of that as well. So give us about at least 45 minutes to 50 minutes. Let the ladies talk, and then we'll do calls and input. Okay, so just be rare on that. Okay.
So we're talking about our interim. I mean, what's your take on him? I haven't been watching him as closely because I've been watching other things. What's your take?
I don't think he's a bad head coach. I think that this is all new to him, and he hasn't handled it horribly. What pissed me off is if he is a special teams coordinator, what in the living hell were they doing not ready for that fake punt?
Yeah.
And we were afraid this was going to happen when his attention got pulled away from special teams, right?
Yeah, he's trying to give it to both places. He's trying to give some attention to special teams, and he's trying to run the entire team, and that's causing him to do poorly at both.
Yeah.
Because one man can't handle all of that.
But more importantly, where are trick special teams plays? Where are trick plays? I mean, that's what I'm talking about, the level of, let me not say intelligence. Let's say, I call it football IQ. Just a instinct about when at a certain point in the game is it time to pull out the trick bag, call a play isn't on film anywhere. Okay? Something you've been practicing, something you've been thinking about, your guys know and are confident they can execute it. Where are our special team trick plays? Have we seen any trick plays this year?
Not this year.
I
No,
haven't seen
I'm just
any.
saying
Not by us.
Yeah, we busted up a trick play that the Chargers ran against us. Thank God for Renfro. If you guys remember, that was actually probably the tackle and stop of the year, was Renfro going and discombobulating the wideout that was going out for the pass. And that was because he was so heads up and he made the play of the year. So that was a trick punt that the Chargers ran against us for nowhere. But then the Chiefs, you knew the Chiefs were going to pull out all the stops.
You know Andy Reid. You done played against him
Exactly.
for like the last 10 years. Why is it we don't understand when you saw that spread pattern on offense, you could know right away, oh, they done pulled something out the bag just for us. No counter move in anybody's head.
They're not making adjustments. They're not ready for anything besides their game plan.
What are we saying then? If we're saying that, then what are we saying about the rest of the season? I mean, I don't want it to be said that we said on this show that the Raiders would not win another game. But on the same hand, we don't know how they're going to get out of their own way. How they're going to do better than they did Sunday, unless somebody has an idea, has a trick play.
Let me ask you two this, and it's a question that we ask on this week's Only Nation podcast. Is it time to panic?
Captain?
No. But I want to see how we play against the Bengals. And then I want to see what we do out in Dallas on a short week. If we go 0-2 the next two games, then that season mark where we went to New York and shite the bed a couple years ago, that was the downturn. Going to Atlanta last year where we were up and then we were down, that was the downturn. If we start on a 4-game losing streak, okay, and people say, oh, well, you guys will beat the Bengals. Well, we should have beat the Giants. Okay. Right. We knew that the Chiefs were a tough team. But I didn't expect to be blown the F out. That I was not expecting. Although I was correct in one thing. I said that we were going to put up a 40 burger. I thought it was going to be our offense to put up a 40 burger. I didn't think it was going to be our defense.
Exactly.
Okay,
you got it half right.
I was half right. So
Yes,
I was half right on that one. So I want to see what we do against the Bengals. And then obviously I want to see what we do against the Cowboys. And I said it last week. I said if the Raiders that played the way that they did against the Giants play that same way against the Chiefs, we're going to lose. Okay. And I was correct there. We need to turn this around. I want to see what happens. But if we don't produce the next 2 games, then I will be glad that I only have, let me see how many more games, because I'm going to Dallas, I'm going to Indianapolis, and I'm going to go see the Garglers. That's the Chargers for everybody else. I'm going to go see the Garglers for the last game in Vegas, and I'll be happy that those are all the expenditures that I have left, and then I don't have to worry about overcoming to paying a bunch of money to see an inferior product. And I had high hopes for this team. Not ready to throw the towel in yet. I'm sorry, long-winded answer, but we will see it the next 2 games.
And Cap Jack, I'm definitely with you. I look at these next 2 games against a Bengal team, and let's face it, they're on the slide too. Okay, they are a team that was up 2 or 3 games ago, and they've lost their last 2 games, I believe. And they got the doors beat off of them by a division rival just like us. So they had a bye week just like us, and they're coming back from their bye. And for the Bengals, that's a young team that doesn't know how to quite win or sustain wins yet. We do well against them. And then, of course, Dallas, who proved to us that even though they can have a bad week, they can bounce right back and get right into the pilot seat. So we have a team that knows a little bit more. In Dallas, we have a team that knows about themselves, those 2 games. And no, I would not give up the season at all, Heidi. There's plenty of action. There's still things that could happen in this season that we absolutely can adjust. I've always said we have the goods. We just don't have smart coaches.
Well, I don't think the question was, do we throw the season away? It was, is it time to panic? And
No.
I think it is time to panic.
Okay,
I do.
go ahead.
I do.
And
That doesn't mean that it has to. It doesn't mean that the season has to be thrown away. That doesn't mean that the Raiders can't come back, because they definitely can. But for the last 2 years, we did great at the start of the year. Come bye week, come second half of the season, and we start to collapse. And now we have a 2-game losing streak where we have looked horrible. I don't know where Derek Carr has been. The Derek Carr that showed up on Sunday, didn't recognize him from earlier this year.
Nope.
His interception was insane, and then he threw the same ball over again. He was lucky that it wasn't intercepted. He was missing Darren Waller, who was open. He was missing Zay Jones, who was open. He wasn't reading his progressions. He was really shook. You could tell. He just was not the Carr that he had been at the beginning of the season. So I think that, yes, it is time to panic, but that doesn't mean it's over.
Right. And we get the distinction, Heidi, and I see that. I'm not a panicking person. I have to see a little bit more sign. Okay, my quarterback's in a slump. How do the other guys respond? I mean, Derek is not the only guy on this team. We have
it was a team loss. That was a team loss.
Yeah, that was
not
loss.
On one person.
And he absolutely needs to play a lot better. But I'm saying there are things that came into play here that probably offed his game a little bit. And I mean, it was one thing to lose a head coach. It was another thing to lose a teammate, 2 teammates. And I think that there's some time to get your head back together again and really deal with that. Now, Captain, I know you had your finger up. You wanted to say something.
I am a gentleman, and I would never.
No, go ahead.
I would never
Please.
deliberately try to interrupt the lady when she's in full bore. Now, I've done it before, but I try not to. Okay.
Go ahead.
We were talking about Carr, and I had the finger up like, aha, like the old Jewish guy in Coming to America. Okay. Why did we not see Marcus Mariota the last couple games when we saw how putrid Carr has been? At least in New York, we had him out there for Mariota was out there for 2 plays. He only got in on one because he had a timeout that stopped him from coming in on the other play, and then he got a first down on the other. I saw Mariota warming up on the sideline. He was ready. You could tell he was ready to go in. Okay. Right. And it's like, if you know Derek Carr is having a crappy game, and especially when you're down 20 friggin' points in the mid-4th quarter, 20 points, and then they scored another touchdown. Why are you giving Carr garbage stats? Put Mariota in there. See if that's the spark that is needed. I mean, at that point, the game's over. Nothing else is going to go on. I want to see.
Captain, who's making those decisions? Tell me who's making those decisions.
Okay, well, that's a good question. Who is making those decisions?
It's got to be the offensive coordinator. And Biaggi's listening to him. Once again, I say we don't have the kind of coaches that think on the fly. And someone said it in the comments section. Every time Andy Reid comes in here, he always out-chesses us. He outmasters us. Move for move, we cannot keep up with him. Gruden couldn't keep up with him. Del Rio couldn't keep up with him. This not just a thing that just started, this year. It's a general thing. The chess masters, the guys who move, he makes a move, you make a counter move. The Raiders aren't making counter moves. Mariota going into the game would have been a counter move. We didn't make it.
Okay.
We just and this is something that we have to look at. Who decides?
I think another factor, which shouldn't be a factor, is there's somebody in the front office reminding them about Mariota's incentives that kick in with a certain percentage of playing
Oh
time.
my God.
I do believe that somebody in the front office is reminding them of that. They're not telling them how to play, but they are saying, "Hey, just remember, just keep that in mind."
Especially for a guy who spends half the season hurt.
Yeah.
We certainly don't want to hand him out extra checks.
Oh God, no! God forbid that we give Mariota extra money, considering that and I know Peggy, I'm not going to touch on a sore subject because I know you're going to don't blast me, but I tell you what, we have a full house for every game. We have a full house for every game, so we know the owner is making money. Now, granted, some of the color scheme in that full house isn't always the correct color scheme, but we have a full house every game. There is no reason why we can't see what we got with Marcus Mariota. No reason why. And I'll even kick in $5. I'll kick in $5, and I'll give him a Captain Jack patch too.
Well, I would have liked to see him in there simply to prevent injury to Carr.
Correct.
I mean, we don't want another 2016 happening against the Colts.
Yeah, and I can understand Mariota, but let me go back to Mr. Mariota. Why did he lose his job in Tennessee? Can I hear it? The reason? Because he was a starter there, right?
Yeah.
Why? In the top 10 quarterback list and on the all-time quarterback list, the only thing you see is pocket quarterbacks. A guy who is a run-first quarterback is not the preference of most offensive coordinators. They don't design plays for him. They struggle. You see how they're struggling up in Chicago, design play for Fields. It's really tough to get a playbook on a guy whose skill set features the running game. And again, you got to have a smart guy with the playbook. We don't have it. We don't have it. If Gruden was here, I could see plays, but where's the Mariota playbook? Where's that coming from? See, we got to think these things through when we make these pronouncements. Yeah, Mariota should have been in there. Yeah, he might have been a spark, but is he the guy you hand the keys to? No, not when he spent 50% of his time for the last 3 years on injured reserve. You can't rely on a guy like that. That's why Carr gets all the reps. I mean, it's simple as that. He's a pocket quarterback, and most of the playbook is designed for a pocket quarterback, and you know it, and I know it. That's what happens all over the NFL.
Well, then having said that, then, because we know Mariota can throw a little bit, okay? If they're expecting a run from Mariota, I mean, why can't you do God? I'm gonna evoke memories of when this guy played for the correct orange and blue, not the ones in the NFL, but the ones I played at college. A Tim Tebow jump pass. I mean, if you got Mariota back there and he's going to be going up and throw it over the middle or throw it to Waller or throw it to somebody because they're going to be sucking up to him. And then you throw it to the guy unexpectedly. I mean, that would be called for an imaginative play call. Oh, I forgot we don't have one. I'm sorry, Peggy.
I see, there you go again. Talk about creativity, play design, outside the box thinking. There you go again, talking about. And if I see another person talk about Max Crosby being held as if that was the reason why they scored 41 points on us, I mean, really, Raider fans need to stop with this baby stuff. We are capable of thinking about the game as adults. Every single team complains about 9 calls after they lose. And what do we sound like as losers, complaining about the refs didn't make that call. They're not going to do the game over. They're not going to hand out fines to refs and announce it. Why are we still talking about it as if that was the reason we lost the game? We lost the game because we had a bad game plan, bad execution on both sides of the field. And we move on. As Raiders, we need to Raider up and move on. And as Heidi said, she's panicking, but she doesn't think the season over. Captain Jack and I think we're not panicking, and we don't think the season is over. These are things that we just gonna have to get with it. Just like my favorite topic, and Heidi, you can jump in and stop me anytime, the whining and baby talk about the fans in the stands. My Lord, do y'all really know how y'all look to the rest of the NFL? How you making us Raiders fans look to the rest of the NFL, complain about something that's not gonna change? Only children complain about things they cannot change.
There you go.
And I think that this is part of the anti-move crowd trying to sow as much dissent and negativity in the Raider Nation, and some of my best friends are unwitting accomplices. They know they couldn't stop the move, so now their next move is to make it as miserable for us fans to enjoy our Raiders without them constantly chiming in with negative, childish nonsense about who was in the stand. When does a Raider fan give a crap about a Chiefs fan sitting in a seat next to them? I don't care if there's 1,000 Chiefs around. I don't live in Cali. When I go to games, we walk into stadiums and there's 1,000 fans around us that are opposing fans. We're used to it. Get used to it. You will never see an all-black stadium again. We are tired of babying and coddling you about this. We have tried to be patient, hoping you understand, but you are never gonna see that all-black stadium again. Welcome to the 21st century.
Okay,
Sorry.
One second. I'm putting this comment up because Michael T, how dare you equate
hot bits?
How dare you equate Peggy, who has knowledge of the Raiders, with that name? Because that said person couldn't talk her way out of a tailgate. That person couldn't spell bimbo if you gave her the 2 B's, the M, and the O. Okay,
yep, but she would add the E anyway. But
well, okay. So again, please don't equate Peggy, who actually has football knowledge, to that person below.
I think he's just saying it.
Hey, I'm the one below.
That's right.
No. I'm talking about that comment. I'm talking about that comment. Peggy is not spicy. Peggy has brains. Okay, Peggy knows about the Raiders. Peggy actually has knowledge of what goes on. And by the way, she isn't always so trash that you can't even effing understand her. Okay, so let's get that out of the way right now. Michael, I'm sorry I had to go off on that, but no, you can say she's salty. Okay?
Yeah, very salty about Raider haters from within the nation. We're trying to enjoy our fan experience in Vegas because we as grown-ups realize there is nothing that we can do about the Raider move to Vegas, whether we liked it or not. We're moving on. Raider fans need to man up, stop all the balling and whining. When have we cared about anybody else but other Raider fans? I don't care how many Chief fans are sitting next. I'll talk trash to them too, because the bottom line is we're the nation, and we are tough and strong, and we never let anything put us down or make us look stupid in front of the entire NFL, like claiming that the holds stopped us from winning the game, or that it made a difference that half the stadium was red on Sunday.
Well,
That's just stupid.
It wasn't quite half, but I will say this as well, and I agree with Peggy on this one point. I don't care where the Raiders play. And it's legitimate that the Raiders made a move to Vegas to put money in the owners' pockets. And by the way, that's not just Mark, I need a real Barber Davis. It's not always putting money in his pocket. It's putting money in all the owners' pockets, which is why they put Vegas as a.
But of course, but wait a minute, Captain Jack, and I have to step to you. That could have all been avoided, couldn't it?
True.
By somebody in Oakland, one of those 25 top 100 corporations in the Oakland area, putting up the money and building a state-of-the-art stadium. All of this happened because they did not do what they were supposed to do. But it's done. It's over. Grown-ups get it. People who still talking fondly about a home team advantage when they know darn well the last 18 years the Raiders has had 15 losing seasons, 1 winning season, and 2 8-8 seasons. What home advantage? There was no home advantage in Oakland, and Vegas inherited that team. Mm-hmm. So let's not talk about home advantage of seeing all black. It was pretty, it was nice, but it was 1980 and it is 2021. We have to move with the times. And sometimes that means breaking up traditions that we loved. Invest in a DVD and you can run back black hole tapes all day long. You can do that.
Las Vegas is not Oakland, and it will never be Oakland.
It's
a new experience. And whether it's going to be an experience we like, who knows?
And will anybody care whether we like it?
We can mold it into something. We can mold it as fans into something that we like.
Yes, we can.
But I think a big part of that will be the Raiders actually winning. The more the Raiders win, the more people will want to go to see the Raiders play. You know, right now, there's people that are season ticket holders, but they live out of state. You know, every trip to go see them is incredibly expensive.
Yes.
Yeah, case in point. And if all of a sudden they start laying down and playing like they did against the Giants and against the Chiefs, some of those people are going to be like, is it really worth it for me to trek cross country, spend all that money just to watch this product? No.
Yeah.
It maybe not be. So if the Raiders are winning, that will take care of some of that. It really will.
The other thing is people forget about, Heidi, is that this stadium is new. This is the first year that it's been open to fans. There have been people all over the world that have been dying to come and see our brand new stadium. In about 2-3 years, it's going to become ho-hum, another road trip. But for now, it is the place to be, just like SoFi down there in LA. It is the place to go because they want to see that brand new stadium and they couldn't see it last year. So let's give this thing time. It will all even out. In the end, it will be us diehards in there supporting that team together.
And may I interject one other thing as well? And this is something that people need to understand. There are plenty of season ticket holders that are not there because of the vax issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the other
So
thing.
when they said
Thanks, Captain.
you have to give up you can't come into the stadium because you have to be vaccinated, whether it's right, wrong, indifferent. I'm not going to get into the issue. The point is that there are plenty of season ticket holders that are Raider fans that said, "Up, I can't go. I'm putting my tickets up." And when they put their tickets up on the secondary market, they don't say, "Oh, are you a Raider fan? Are you buying my tickets because you're a Raider? Oh, I can't sell them to you because you're not a Raider fan." Bull, because the tickets cost a bunch of scratch and they're going to get their money. Okay. They're going to get their money. And we will see two things. A, if the Raiders have a product that people want to come out to see, which would make it a hell of a lot nicer for me going out there as a season ticket holder. And B, when the vaccine is not an issue and everybody can come in without an issue, if the balance of the people that are there being Raider fans or opposing fans are going to even out a bit. I will say that if the Raiders have a better product and that you don't have to worry about whether you're vaccinated or not, there will be more of a black interest, i.e. black and silver interest in the stadium, but only if we have a good product as well, folks. Like Peggy says, put a friggin' product on the field and we will see what they got.
And the local market will bear it out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the Vegas Golden Knights in their inaugural season. They were in the Stanley Cup Finals. Las Vegas rallied behind them, like it was the second coming.
Yes, I love that team. And the other thing that I was also going to say, which I now have forgotten.
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to tell you a story about how we get Pittsburgh Steelers tickets when we go to Pittsburgh. Okay. Pittsburgh fans have the same little vow. Oh, we're not going to sell to anybody that's not a Steeler fan. What do? We just have somebody who's a Steeler fan go buy tickets for us every year. I mean, that's what's going to happen. People are going to get tickets because they want to see our brand new stadium. They want to go there to support their team. There's no particular interest in redding out or blacking out, or say only Raider fans have that thing in their head about blacking out a stadium. That's one of our traditions. For a fan of another team, they simply want to see the stadium. They want to see their guys play in that brand new, beautiful Death Star. Yeah. And that is it. After a while, they're not coming back.
Well, no. See, I'm going to disagree there, Peggy, because
you think
again,
they'll come back over and over again.
Oh, not over and over. But what I'm saying is that the figure at least for the next 10 years. Okay, and the reason why I say that is there are going to be people that didn't go out this time, and remember that it's like a 4-4 for the NFC and a 3-3 for the AFC.
Different set of fans, yeah.
When people come in, they will say, "Oh, we're going to go to Vegas because our team, pick a team, is coming to Vegas to play that game." So if for the next 10 years, there will be people that will make that weekend, and it's going to be more than a weekend. They're going to say, "Hey, our team, Team X, is going to Vegas to play the Raiders on this date. Let's go in on a Thursday and leave on a Tuesday. We'll make like a nice 5-day thing. We'll go to the shows. We'll do some gambling. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll go to the game on Sunday or Monday, and then we'll make a weekend out of it." Yeah, and the stadium will still be somewhat new, even with those 10 years. Now, if there is a product, like I said, you will see those numbers drop where there will be more Raider fans going out there. And remember, Raider fans are international, folks. There's gonna be a blackout in Dallas. I saw Gabe, who's still crowing about his Giants win. Yeah, the Raiders blacked out for the most part MetLife. Why? Because the Giants sucked and Raider fans travel. So Raider fans will come into the stadium. Okay, yeah, we lost. By the way, congratulations, Gabe. I didn't get a chance to do that to you 2 weeks ago because Instagram had me on lockdown just like Facebook did. Point is there will be people on every team wanting to come out to Vegas. It's a destination place to go.
And
so it's
get used to it.
It's going to be that
used to it, and why in the world, as a Raider fan, would I care how many Giant fans are sitting shoulder to shoulder in my stadium? I came there to cheer for the Raiders. I came there for only one reason and one reason alone. And who else is sitting there doesn't really bother me. That kind of toughness, I mean, we never cared about blacking out their stadiums, but now it's happening to us. We look like a bunch of babies. And a couple of fans from other teams told us that. You guys come and fill up our stadium. Now that we're filling up yours and y'all want to cry? Come on.
Quit whining. Quit
the
whining.
whining. Stop it. Every single game. It's just, to me, a something that is un-Raider. It is not Raider to look weak.
I had to do that because
but I'm serious. I want to scream just like that.
That's
looking
right.
weak,
right,
and whiny and upset because this, that, and the other. That's just not Raider. And I'm old school, and I'm gonna go into the grave old school. That is what we do. All this talk about I can express my opinion, this, that, and other, baby, well, so can I. You know, we all have our view, but it ain't Raider to look stupid and whine.
Yeah. And by the way, if you wanna come into the show, I'm the bouncer at the door. Okay. If you want to talk to the wenches, go into the comments section. Say, I would like to talk with Peggy. I would like to talk with Heidi.
I wish I could. I'm gonna be able to stay in December, but
I know.
I can't. I gotta go.
And just FYI, I am gonna have to cut it short because you know, I am a little under the weather with this beer virus.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm sounding pretty good, but I'm still fatigued. So I'm not going to be able to make it through the entire show.
Okay. I know. And we hate to bounce out on you, Captain, but I'm sure you can handle this crowd. I think we've given them a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But really, when you are sitting in a room full of Raider fans and you start hearing people going off about Carr, he's trash, he's this, that is a Raider hater in your midst. And they are wearing the silver and black. That makes it even worse. We toss them out in DC. We've tossed them out. We don't want them there. Why are you trying to ruin our experience? We just want to watch the game. We know our guys did bad. We can see what you saw. I mean, and I don't. I wanted to make sure that everybody understood we're still family. But sometimes the drunk uncle, the high cousin, you know, they got to go. They got to leave the barbecue early because they don't know how to act. We cannot have people in our midst who their whole being is trashing the Raiders. What sense does that make? This is our team, and yeah, we'll ride or die. That's it. End of statement, and that's how we get. And somebody is saying out here about how the car bashing is out of control. I'm so done with those numbskulls. I have absolutely not much to comment when they go on. We just throw them out when they're with other Raider fans. We just simply escort them to the door.
I wanted to make sure that you saw the comment that Daniel was about your hair.
Oh, bless his heart. Thank you.
Wanted to make sure.
We women work so hard on what we do. Tiny tell about we work hard on making ourselves try to look beautiful for you all.
I was gonna say, and your hair is awesome, and I love the spike tonight as well, Heidi. So don't think that we were not making sure that you get your due props as well.
I even took a shower for you guys.
Yes, she did. She's glowing as usual, but I know you're under the weather. And of course, a shout out to Angria, who we very much missed tonight. we really do. I'm gonna have to sign off, but I hope, Heidi, you can hang in there another 15 minutes for the questions. And in December, I will be here for the second hour so that we can talk and I can get to know all Captain Jack's wonderful commenters. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right. Thanks a lot for coming.
See you guys.
Peggy.
Good night. Bye.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye now.
Okay, so I'll stay 15 more minutes.
Yeah.
That fair?
15 minutes. And then, folks, if you don't have it done within an hour and a half, I'm blitzing after an hour and a half. Okay, so if you got something to say, get in the comments section, and if Heidi wants to talk with you, she will. But this is going to be a 90-minute show. Not that I'm not feeling good, but you know what? I don't have that good spunk tonight without my ladies here. So that's why when Heidi goes, it's not beyond 90 minutes. And I agree, Peggy is the best. And I'm sorry, by the way, what was it from Mike T? I'm sorry, man. I wasn't. No, I was correct in everything I said. I didn't mean to berate you, but I needed to berate you. Okay, don't ever call Peggy spicy because she has forgotten more stuff on purpose than Spicy knows on, or so she's forgotten more stuff on accident than Spicy knows on purpose times 3. Okay,
I don't think he was really referring to her. I think he was just saying she's spicy. She's hot.
Okay. It touched a nerve. It touched a nerve. And if I did, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Michael T. And thank you for being here. But yeah, please don't ever call her spicy. That's a put down. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, OG.
Call from J Captain Jack Google Voice.
I don't know who this is, so I'm ignoring it. Okay. Again, if you want to come, whoa. Sorry. Reverb. I hit the button there. Obviously, you heard that. If you want to come in, go into the comments section, and we will get you in there. And again, Peggy is the best, and like I said, envious of Heidi's hair. That's good. Yeah, spicy is a bad. Thank you, Mike Sarah. Spicy is a bad word. Okay, and yeah, Daniel wants to come in. We'll do that. That's up to Heidi. OG wants to talk with you. But after your con, give it a couple. Stop calling.
Call from J Captain Jack Google Voice.
I'm turning my phone to silent. Okay. If you want to call in, go to the comments section. Call in that way. Okay. God bless it. Okay. I keep hitting the speaker thingy.
Quit doing that.
Yeah, it wasn't deliberate. Okay, there you go. Yeah, if you want to call in, like I said, Heidi will say yay or nay, but I want Heidi's thoughts because Heidi wasn't here for the beginning, and we had a good portion with Peggy, and I want to make sure we didn't miss anything with Heidi. Heidi, your thoughts that might have not been already covered. And if we did already cover it, that's okay. We want to hear your thoughts as well.
I think we pretty much covered everything. We T3 Raider Facts and I we cover the game in tomorrow's episode of the Only Nation podcast. We recap it and then we look forward to the Bengals game. So be sure to check that out. But I think that we've covered pretty much everything that I thought about the Chiefs game. That game was just it was unbelievable. I really don't have any more words to say about it.
You guys can't pay attention or follow directions. I turned the phone off. You can't call. There you go. Go ahead, Heidi.
No, I mean, I think we've talked about pretty much most of the things. I do know in the Giants game, red zone efficiency was a problem. Red zone efficiency wasn't a problem for us against the Chiefs because we didn't get in the red zone. So we had on third downs we were 1 for 9. You're not going to win any games where you're 1 for 9 on third downs. You're simply not. And I don't want to blame the loss on the offense, but really the offense was probably the main contributor to it because the Raiders were coming back, they were fighting back, and that Jackson fumble was
By the way, we're blaming you for that because you remembered, and Peggy said it at the very beginning. It said that Heidi stated that his first almost touchdown as an Eagle was not a touchdown because he didn't really fumble. He dropped the ball, which was a fumble.
yeah.
But you remembered it, so we're blaming you for that one.
I'm
Okay?
sorry.
We're blaming you for that one. And I
And
saw it right in front of me, man, and it was like a great play break. Oh my God, are you effing kidding me?
Yeah. That's actually pretty much what I said. I was standing up in front of the TV and I was like, yeah, what the
Mhm.
what are you doing? And I want him to do well. I think he really can help us. I really do. For some reason, Derek Carr doesn't trust Zay Jones to throw him the deep ball, even though he was open. I don't know why he hasn't been throwing him. I don't know if it's just he doesn't trust him or he's not going through his progressions enough to trust him. But we do need that deep threat. So I think Jackson can help in that area. I just I guess I shouldn't have been surprised that his very first catch ended up that way. Because well, that's kind of player he has been. I would like to think as a veteran he's gotten past that, but apparently not completely.
Yeah.
So I still have hope for him. I still do have faith that it can work, but that was very discouraging. And I think that was the momentum killer in the game.
It was.
It
I
really
mean, like Peggy said, we had just thrown to Edwards on like a 22-yard gain. It was a nice game. We were starting to at least start throwing because obviously the running game was not getting us anywhere, and we were throwing to the open receivers. And Jackson, that was a great play. And then it was like all the air got sucked out of the building on that play, and that it went horribly after that. It went horribly after that. It was horrible.
Yeah, had that play been completed, just retaining possession, even if he didn't go another yard,
Yeah.
who knows what would have happened. The defense could have been energized from that, if we ended up scoring a touchdown or even just a field goal. It could have made all the difference in the world, and it could have changed the entire trajectory of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to blame it on Deshaun Jackson. I don't want to blame the entire loss on the offense. But in our victories, we are averaging 31 points a game. In our losses, we're averaging 13.3 points a game. There, the offense isn't scoring enough to take advantage of the defense, even when they do hold teams to 16 points. So it's scary knowing that Greg Olsen is the offensive coordinator.
And he is until further notice, folks. I mean,
Yeah.
I doubt seriously that they're going to fire Greg Olsen before the season's out. I really, I doubt seriously.
There's been so much upheaval.
Right.
There's been so much upheaval. I don't see them doing that. But who knows? I know Mark Davis is not happy. He was furious at that game. Furious. And I know that he lets the GM make decisions, but there might come a time where he says, this is just unacceptable. The Damon Arnett situation, the Damon Arnett video. Once Mark Davis himself was shown the video, he said, no, this guy's gone. Called Mark up, said, get rid of him now. He cannot be on the team. So he put his foot down on that. And
I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did.
Yeah, he needed to go. He needed to go for his play, but he also needed to go just to not be a toxic element to the team. But it's proof that Mark Davis will step in and do something sometimes. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
All right. And I need to say this, Robert. I know you've been asking. The answer right now is no, because it's December in Kansas City. I've already done a December in Kansas City, and I don't have a ticket. And another reason why is my work is really, really getting on my case for the amount of time I've been away, because the airline screwed me out of 4 days off. Okay. So unfortunately, as of right now, unless things change, I'm not going to Kansas City. I don't have a ticket. You want to supply, I'm not saying you need to supply a ticket, but if a ticket becomes available and I can get a decent air flight, and if I can sleep on your couch, and if your aunt makes her chocolate chip cookies, that's got to be in there. Your aunt with the chocolate chip cookies, maybe I'll come out there. But December, Kansas City, cold, no ticket, not a lot of time left for vacation. Right now, the answer is no, and it's not on you, brother, because I'd love to see you again.
Come on, Cap. It's 2 degrees here. If I can handle that.
I can handle that. I'm from Florida. There's a reason why I live in Florida.
Oh, wait a second. I got that wrong. It's -2 degrees.
Okay, I was going to say, so it's a balmy 2 degrees, but no, it's not. It's a -2 degrees.
Yeah, I didn't see the little negative sign in front of the 2.
Well, Lisa, I got a queen spare. Okay, things are looking up. I got a queen spare. Work on a ticket, Robert, and then I'll see about a flight. Oh, and Daniel wants to come in and talk to you. If it'll probably
a total of 3 minutes. I'm out of here at 6:15.
Yeah. Daniel, it's. I'm gonna let Heidi go. I mean, I'm not gonna pop in. You guys can talk to me for a little bit after this, but Heidi, quickly before you go, your thoughts against Cincinnati.
My thoughts against Cincinnati. We need to get to the red zone, and then we need to be efficient in the red zone. It's pretty basic. The defense, the front four needs to recover from whatever that was that afflicted them against KC. In prior games on first and second down, they were putting pressure on the quarterback like 36, 38% of the time. And on third down, they were still putting pressure on, I think, 32% of the time. And against KC, they put pressure on Mahomes 12% of the time. So that has to change. So I think, excuse me. I think that it is going to be won or lost in the trenches. But Derek Carr needs to calm down. He needs to read through his progressions, and he needs to just relax and come back. I don't know why my camera's so blurry.
Yeah, it was as soon as you had that cough, it went, and like I said, so the camera is coughing as well right now.
Yeah, it's this COVID stuff.
And again, because you didn't get a chance, folks, we wish Heidi as well as Angria the best for that. Please get better. I got triple vax today. So I got my Moderna booster. I went to the VA today, and it just so happened I talked about, can I get my booster? And they said, yeah. I'm like, great. So I am now triple vax, so I can hopefully not have to worry about such things. But we want you and Angria and Little Jack and everybody up there. We want you guys well.
Yeah. Well, I'm vaxxed too, so it wasn't as bad on me. But Jack is with his grandparents, so they can take care of him, and we can get some rest. So,
okay.
What is going on with Angria and others? We got bit by the coronavirus.
She got the Rona. Do 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 do. Got the
My Rona.
I shouldn't kid like that because I know it sucks. So I'm just trying to make a
Oh yeah.
yeah,
She is
make
knocked
light of it.
down flat on her back. She is
Yeah.
sick. So
And see, Richie Rich. I love Richie Rich, man. He has got to be the nicest guy. And that's why I said work on Broncos Raiders next year, Richie. Hopefully it's not at the end of the season. You know, because I hate going to cold weather games at the end. I'm from Florida. Anything below 60 is cold to me. Yeah, you heard that right. And
all right, Captain. Thank you very much for having me, and appreciate being able to come on here and rant and rage against my favorite team and for my favorite team. But it is chicken soup time. I need
there you
to
go.
put in an order with Instacart for more soup and Gatorade and get to bed.
All right. Well, honey, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being a trooper and fighting with it. And again, Peggy had to go. Folks, Peggy will be able to join us for a full 2 hour, well, at least an hour and a half to 2 hours in December. Richie Riche says you should drink a lot of booze.
I don't drink. I don't drink because I like it too much. It's a
Okay.
bad idea.
Well, okay. And Jerry White wants you to get well soon. Please do give our best to Angria and obviously our best to you as well, Heidi. We love you and we appreciate you being here.
All right. Thank you very much. And I will catch you in 2 weeks.
All right. We'll see you later, honey.
All right. Bye.
All right. Now, so you guys got me. Okay. You guys got me. I'm only going to do another 15 minutes. If you want to come in, and hopefully Richie Riche is one. I know that I'm definitely going to let Daniel come in. So there is the link. I don't have my phone on because it's near the end of the show. If you want to come in via the link, okay? Announcement. Next Tuesday, and for every other Tuesday, providing that, well, actually, wait, I take it back. Is it next Tuesday? No, it won't be next Tuesday. Ooh. Because next Tuesday is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Okay, won't be there. Check with us, but when we can, the Chronicles of the Black Hole. And by the way, Dan, I'm glad. I'm about ready to do this with Daniel. And I was going to say next Tuesday. No, it's not going to be next Tuesday because next Tuesday I'm at a Flyers game. So we'll have to figure out. Maybe we'll do with your you let me know, Daniel, when we can do Chronicles maybe on the weekend or like a Saturday after Thanksgiving. But every other Tuesday we will start having Chronicles of the Black Hole on. It's myself and my shipmate OG Daniel. It would have started next Tuesday, but I'm sorry guys, I'm not giving up my Flyers ticket. Flyers Lightning, and it's an expensive ticket, and I'm going to be there. But look for Chronicles of the Black Hole on this channel, along with the Chronicles of the Black Hole channel on YouTube with my shipmate OG Daniel.
We'll figure out the schedule.
We'll figure it out. And Richie, we got you here as well. You want to bring Richie in there, OG?
I don't care. I like Richie.
Yeah,
he's a Broncos fan, but I like him.
Yeah, so we got the whole crew here. So we got about.
His beard's not white enough, though. But, you know.
I'm not old enough.
Hey, that's an age crack, man. That's an age crack. So there you go. So again, I got my shipmates here. I got OG Daniel and I got Richie Riche. Gentlemen, how are we doing? Give me your thoughts. What is good and bad with your teams?
Are you kidding? We had a depends moment and crap bad.
Good catch.
I caught myself. I know, but
yeah.
Oh my God, that was the end of the third quarter. We were good. End of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter, my soul was deflated like a Foxborough football.
That's a good one.
That's the truth.
I was going to say I don't even have a response to that because that's so good.
Well, it was the absolute truth. I'm not trying to make jokes. it was what? And I was
Yeah.
like, good night, Irene. It's over.
And by the way, Ref Guru said that the zebras were out in force. I mean, but you got to win besides the zebras. You got to win besides the zebras, and that didn't
Because they
happen.
hate us. So the media hates us. The zebras hate us. We gotta just beat them to where they can't say or do anything about it.
Got it. Now, Richie, what about your donkeys, man? What happened? What happened there last weekend?
That was a collapse in coaching. There's nothing else to say about that. That was a collapse in coaching. Our offensive coordinator, if you can call him that, was had the Rona as well, and he was
I
out.
was gonna say I was looking for Mike Shula to do some damage. He did.
He did damage to our reputation.
Yeah.
He didn't do any damage like on the actual football field though. Apparently, it's not in the genes. That's all I have to say. He called a pretty piss poor game. Made no adjustments, and more importantly, I actually just had Broncos talk on. I go live on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. For Broncos talk. I just went into this in some pretty grave detail. What we ended up seeing today was, or last Sunday, was we saw what we needed to do as a team that fit our roster. Very similar to what I was saying to you earlier when I was on about the Raiders. Is you guys were doing really well when you had a nice blend of both a run and a pass game and play action pass, and Carr was able to really play into his strengths. When I looked at the Broncos, we knew what we needed to do on offense. We just didn't do it. We need to go out of 12 personnel sets. We need to run heavy. We need to protect our tackles, and we need to then aggressively push the ball down the field, and then you can start peeling out tight ends.
Yeah, but at least as Brandon Perna said, we beat the Cowboys 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, you can keep hanging your hat on that, but it makes no difference when you lose the rest of the season.
Do you follow Brandon Perna?
A little bit loosely. I watch his stuff, and he and I follow each other on Twitter.
He's a Broncos fan who hates the Raiders, and he's funnier than hell.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, yeah, him and Tom Grossi and all those guys that he runs with. Urinating Tree was the name of the other show. I mean, don't get me wrong, they follow other teams, but it is one of the funniest bunch of guys that you could ever watch on
funny.
YouTube.
Yeah, they're funny.
Okay. And again, Jerry White, our condolences to you. And the reason why I say that, first of all, it says future wife. Okay. I've only been drunk that once. Okay. So I can say that. Or I should say that drunk once. Second of all, get with radio. Hey, by the way, folks, and I say this because it's awesome. MHRT is what Richie Riche is on, the Mile High Radio.
Mile High Roundtable or MHRT Network. You can find us on YouTube. I personally go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. We typically go between about an hour and 15 minutes or so. The last podcast, we went about an hour and 40, which is kind of our longest one yet. But anyone who's interested, we go into both Broncos, and then we bring in other teams as well. So every Tuesday, we bring in some feedback on our opponent coming up the week coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, so question, is it MHRT or Mile High Radio?
Mile High Roundtable.
I screwed it up. I apologize.
Mile High Roundtable.
I had the initials right. I just had
No, I'm going to go jump on it, as a matter of fact, while we're in the chat.
I mean, we play the Raiders coming up in a few weeks. I absolutely would love to have as many of Captain Jack's fans join us live to provide feedback and stuff. I am a rare Broncos fan, I suppose. I would much rather get input from other teams and actually have dialogue, crazy, and speak about football. And I'm more than happy to own up to my team's flaws, and I'm certainly in tune with the opponents that we're going up against in terms of what their strengths are.
Okay, well, as far as flaws, you can't Whoa. I lost my sound.
No, we hear you.
Oh, I know I couldn't hear. As far as flaws, we own flaws this year.
Some of those are self-inflicted as a result of drafting in players, and others are, I would argue, league inflicted. And I think we can speak to the ones, and they're pretty clear in terms of which one's which.
Oh, I love that comment. League inflicted. I like that. I do like that. Yeah, league inflicted.
Well,
Self
look,
inflicted.
I'm a Broncos fan, Captain Jack, obviously. However, when I look at an investigation that is looking into a team that is known for having exploited its entire cheerleading squad, and out of the entire investigation, the only thing that comes out are questionable emails with regards to the Raiders head coach.
Thank you.
You need to tell me, out of everything in that investigation, the only thing that came out of that was that. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's I mean, shady doesn't even scratch the surface.
No, I agree. By the way, Jimmy, I see you back there. When Jimmy Farrell's going to come in a little bit when I'm done, and Jimmy Farrell's going to be the last person on the show tonight because I just because I'm the boss, I can do that. Okay, so I'm gonna take these two guys. Love having them, and then Jimmy Farrell's going to come in. So I'm going to play the for anybody else, no soup for you. I'm just going to go on after the show. Okay. Now, the Broncos showed what they can do against the Cowboys. I'm not getting ahead of myself, but hopefully somebody within the Raider organization was actually watching game film of what the Broncos did to the Cowboys. But let's get through the Bengals first. Have you guys played the Bengals yet there, Richie?
No, they're coming up.
Okay. Well, then you will see game film of what to do or what not to do, depending upon how the Raiders play.
Well, the Raiders still have an interior defensive line that's able to get pressure on a quarterback. And as I mentioned in the comments earlier today in the show, what Crosby and others need to do is what some of the other top-tier interior defensive linemen do when they're getting held on every play, is they realize that they need to make one or two sacrificial plays and not actually get to the pass rush, not to get to the pass rush. They need to pull away from the offensive lineman that's holding them to have their jersey pulled like this. And then what ends up happening is that the refs have to call it because it's so blatant and egregious that you can't avoid it. And then from there, they can then start getting back down to business and actually getting, passing, rushing the passer again. I have no idea why it's so difficult, because the best pass rushers in the game do it. That's all Crosby and the other guys need to do in that game, and literally they would have been fine.
You know what? I got no argument on that one. That really needs to happen, and I've heard that from a few other Raiders fans. And you're right. You're 110% right.
I'm even telling you. I'm a divisional opponent at that, and I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay. My brother Rick is a Broncos fan.
Very cool.
I have a brother who's a Cowboys fan. I got a brother who's a Buccaneers fan, and
fake pirate.
Buccaneers.
Fake pirates. It sounds better.
Do you know what Buccaneer, the word, means? It's French word boucanier, which was meat smokers. They smoked meats to load up on the ship. And it's not a joke, but they're a bunch of meat smokers.
I like that knowledge. I'm gonna probably
look up the French word boucanier.
Okay, yeah,
I'll what it comes to.
Because I still have won bets. I won't say what the bet is because it's not a sucker bet, but it's a knowledge bet. I asked Buccaneer fans a question which they don't know, and I'm still waiting for the 5 times I should have won $100 from Bucs fans who said they know everything about their team and they don't.
So smoked meat and softballs.
Okay, I will remember that, smoked meat. Okay, I'll do that. Now, who
meat
do you guys
smokers?
Meat smokers. Richie, who do you guys got this week?
We're in a bye week.
Oh, okay. Well, you won't lose then.
Yes, thank goodness. Um, I think that's probably the only thing protecting us right now.
Okay. And by the way, China, make sure that your husband, because China's husband is also a Broncos fan, make sure that your husband follows MHRT, Mile High Roundtable. Go to that channel, get your husband squared away, tell him I sent you. Okay. There you go. And I'll get you another subscriber because we love Richie Richey and China's good
Thank you
people.
very much.
And her husband, actually, her husband kind of resembles you. He's a bigger guy with a beard. So there's a little bit of resemblance. I don't think he has hair though.
I got
I'm not.
hair.
Yeah,
Barely, but I got
you
hair.
got hair. So yeah. There you go.
Actually, mine's coming back. It's weird. On these medications they put me on after the prostate cancer, it's starting to grow in again. It's been years.
Okay.
Weird.
Yep. See, there you go. China's going to make sure that she gets her husband over to MHRT. Support my buddy Richie Richey, and we always.
I just subscribed, so
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I've been subscribed. I have been.
Yeah, we I go live on Tuesdays. I just finished my pod at around 8:15ish or so, 8:20. Any questions you want to leave comments or follow me on Twitter and fire questions at me, please feel free.
Yep. So I was right. Her hubby doesn't have hair, but her hubby and you should get together as well. Maybe when the Broncos play the Raiders next year, and you can get you 6'10" Mex and you. And maybe if China can get her husband to that game, so this way, it'll be a good affair. We want everybody to go. That's good. Now, no game. So again, that throws out. Okay, I swear you will not lose this week, Rich. I swear you.
That's good.
We don't have another game. We have another game this year.
Yeah, we got another game this year, and it is the Christmas game. So I will hopefully be able to
that's awesome.
be on for that show. Give me ideas on when, and I'll try to make plans for that as well. So yeah, don't do that now. Okay, I'm going to ask you both. What do you expect for this week's game? And then I got to go to Jimmy Farrell, otherwise known as Raider Eeyore. Okay, because oh God, Raiders are going to lose again. So that's Raider Eeyore. He's already putting his thumbs down already. Yeah, I see you, Jimmy. Just keep it there. Excuse me. Okay. What?
Bless you.
Woo! A double.
Bless you.
Okay. Thank you there. Yeah.
Next one is get your shit together. Oh. Sorry.
132, man. We were flying through there too.
Oh man, I was trying to.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry.
And Kelly Farley, thank you for being here. And China, I sold my tickets to the Christmas game, so I'm not going to be there. But there you go.
I wish I could be at that game.
Yeah. What do you guys expect for this week? Literally, and then I'm gonna get on Jimmy Farrell, aka Raider Eeyore, on what? Yes, Jimmy, I see your thumbs down. Just keep it ready. Go ahead.
My expectations are this: we got to win the next two games, or the season's over. And now it's tank ball. And then we got to do like the Rams, get as many draft picks as we can, trade back our first round draft pick, pick up a couple of more, trade them all off, and just go for players in the free agency like the Rams and like screw the draft.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
That's what the Rams did.
Yeah, I don't like that at all for you guys.
How they doing compared to us?
Well, they just got absolutely slaughtered by the 49ers. So by all accounts, they're not doing as well as they should have. But when you're looking at the Raiders, if I was your GM and I was with Mayock right now, I would tell him to analyze your offensive line to keep to kind of assess the one or two guys that really need help. With Carr not being an overly mobile quarterback, he's mobile, but he's not overly mobile. You really need to focus on the interior of your offensive line. And you have the one guard on your offensive line that is not great.
I would tell Mayock, Gruden's gone. You actually get to pick the drafts this year.
That's fine and good, but the problem is that the offensive line is becoming such a premium position group in the NFL moving forward, similarly to the interior defensive line. And you know, I'm one of the few people that will actually, and you know, on podcasts actually say that aloud, because it's totally not sexy, but it's the most critical position groups, both the interior.
It's been that way for over 20 years.
No, that's not true. In 20 years ago, you were basically primarily focused on cornerbacks. In 20 years ago, cornerbacks were more critical and important. Interior defensive linemen were key, but back then it was a different style and the rules were different. So you're able to hit guys in certain positions that made the interior less critical. Now, because of the way that the rules are being called, the interior of the defensive line is almost the most critical because it throws the quarterback off their read because they're so protected now. You need to move them off their spot. But getting to you guys in terms of what I would want you guys to do if I wanted you guys to actually win a lot of games is
Come on over. We got room for you, brother. You can keep the flag.
is the guard.
It's a nice flag. It's a nice flag, but we'll just change the orange, the black. We'll be good.
Yeah, you need to replace that one guard on your offensive line, and I think you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you immediately discounted completely trading back. I think you need to focus on a high pick at the interior of your offensive line, because I mean, I'm actually a Derek Carr fan. I think he's an excellent.
And which offensive or which guard are you talking about?
I got to go back and look at them again. I don't want to misspeak, so I want to go back and rewatch the film. But
I will give you the answer. Okay, Simpson is playing for Incognito because Incognito is not going to be on the team next year. Simpson was a draft pick out of Clemson. He's not really the answer. Hasn't showed himself. Leatherwood is playing right guard because he kind of blew out at right tackle this year, and they tried to give him some help. The jury's still out on Leatherwood, whether he's going to be a guard or a tackle. And I think he still has the promise to be good at one or the other. I still think he'll be a vital cog. Simpson has shown that he's nothing more than a stopgap guard that will come in for somebody. We need another guard. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the guy I'm thinking of.
We need another. We need Richie Incognito will probably never wear silver and black again.
Again, he never wore it at all except for 2 games.
Yeah, he's given us 2 games, and now he's gone, and now he's gone again. Preseason, he was gone.
Yeah,
he's gone. Bye. We're sorry, Richie, but you're 38 years old and you're done.
Richie Incognito was the type of guy you needed because he's a gritty player, but right now his body's kind of betraying him a little bit, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, Simpson was the guy I was thinking of. Leatherwood actually was playing really well for you guys at guard when we played, and has been by and large actually this season.
That's been bad.
But he was a guard. He got moved out to tackle his senior year in Alabama. He had no business playing tackle in the NFL.
No, you need faster twitch and whatnot to play the tackle position, and Leatherwood is a better natural guard. And when you're a mobile guard like Leatherwood can be, because he does have some kind of shimmy to him given his size, he allows you to be flexible in scheme. So if you wanted to go to more zone or kind of a more moving offensive line scheme, Leatherwood would fit that. Whereas
we need a tackle in free agency, not the draft. It takes 3 years to acclimate to the right. Like Colton Miller, it took 3 years. We don't have that time.
Okay. Well, we will see what we got. And gentlemen,
I would argue that Rashawn Slater disproves that at the NFL level. Rashawn Slater, I believe, is with the Chargers, if I'm not mistaken. He's played quite well this year as a rookie. You also have had the gentleman. I'm going to I'm gapping on his name with the fake Pirates. I'm trying to acclimate myself to the language here with Captain Jack. But the
Wirfs from last year.
Yes, Wirfs, exactly.
Yeah, yes. He's played well.
And I'm sorry, but when you look at both of those guys, they came in, stepped in year one as a rookie, and Wirfs was incredible as a rookie. I would also argue that Slater is proving to be the same. So I think it depends on the team, the scheme, and the player. And as long as you can kind of nail all 3, I think you're fine. So if you guys have a reasonable draft pick, which, you know, if you play as well as I'm sure you hope the remainder of the season, you probably won't. But if you end up picking higher than you would prefer to be picking due to a poor record going into the draft, a right tackle is not out of the question, and you can get some legitimate right tackles in this upcoming draft that could really fill in there. And if you guys want to be more like road graders, like what the Raiders were in the last 2-3 years, not this year, but the last 2-3 years, we had some real big offensive linemen. You can probably get a couple guys coming up in the draft that would really surprise you. A guy even on the Broncos practice squad would actually be fitting for you guys, named Drew Hilmerman. He's just an absolute tank.
Give me his number, Richie. I'm not talking about his jersey number either. Give me his number, and I'll see if I can get a hold of him.
No, he's a tank.
If we get a tackle out of the draft that works great, first rounder who's right away, it's hard to find. I'm get one in free agency and get a guard free agency, trade away some picks. We don't do well in the first round or second round. Well, we do well in the fourth and fifth rounds where we got
let's give Mayock a chance. Gentlemen, I'd love to keep you on, but I got to get to Jimmy, and it's always a pleasure having you. Remember, Chronicles of the Black Hole, when we can figure out when, it'll be on this channel. It'll be on OG Daniel's channel, which is Chronicles of the Black Hole on YouTube. Make sure you support him. Appreciate, gentlemen. I'm gonna bid you guys adieu because I'm gonna get Jimmy in there because he's giving me baseball swings. Like he's up in the batter's box, ready to come in. Guys, I appreciate you being here. Always a pleasure. Thank you for coming in.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right. That's Richie Richey. That is, and I got Jim wearing his Islander stuff. I know. It is. I'm gonna allow it only because the Wenches are gone, and I said I would have you in. But let's talk football. Notwithstanding what you're wearing, which is okay. Quickly before I go there, what is the Islanders' record, and are they doing good?
You don't want to know.
Okay, then that's a good thing, I guess.
But
For me,
they're 5-6. They got blown out tonight.
Okay. Little closer to that mic, Jimmy. Little closer to the mic.
The reason for this, because they did play 13 games on the road. Okay. And they're not playing, they're playing like a game and then have a break like 5-6 days later. And that doesn't cut. You got to play like a game and have a day off and then another, because it ruins their routine, and it's showing. But now finally going back home in the brand new arena this Saturday. They play Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully we.
Okay. Your mic is cutting in and out. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Let's cut to the chase. Okay. I saw you going like this for the Raiders again. Okay. Give me Raider or Eeyore. Why are we going to lose?
Let me ask you something. Are they a playoff team right now?
The Raiders?
Yes.
Don't know, because I don't know which Raider team. No. Let me finish. Let me finish. As of right now in the standings, no, they are not a playoff team because they are like the number 8 or 9. They're not in the top 7 or 8 because the Chargers are ahead of them and the Chiefs are ahead of them. So technically, are they a playoff team right now? No. I don't know which Raider team we're going to see by the end of the year. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, there's 8 games left. In order for them to be a playoff team, they have to go at least 6-2, and that may not cut it. So you have to go 7-1 to get in the playoff, and that's not happening. Let's be realistic. Am I right? 7-1. No, so you tell me what game
they're 5-4, right? They're 5-4 right now, right? Okay.
And there's 8 games.
Okay.
They would have to be 7-1 just to get in.
Jimmy, I love you, but you need to fix your effing mic, okay? Because it does not. I know your phone sucks.
How about this?
That's better. Yes.
Have to be 7-1, and you tell me what game they're gonna only lose.
Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. No, that's 12. That's 12 and 5. That's 12 and 5.
There's 8 games left.
Right. No.
Right?
What I'm saying is if for 7 wins with the 5 wins that they got, that would be 12 wins, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, that's 12. Okay, so that's 12 and 5. Okay, 11 and 6, 10 and 7. Okay, 5 wins out of the next 8 gets you 10 and 7.
And that may not cut. That may, you
Not,
have to be.
it may not cut it, but I tell you what, at least you got, depending upon what other teams do, you can't say they got to win in 7 of the next 8 games. You can't say that.
You got to be. How about 6-2?
6-2 would probably get you into the playoffs.
That's not realistic with this team right now.
No.
Let's be real.
With who we got to play? No. But who's to say that Kermit the Frog breaks a leg? Okay. Who's to say that? I'm just saying we don't know what's going to happen the next 8 weeks. We don't know. That's why I said, and I don't know what Raider team is going to come out, because if you remember, the fake Pirates went on like an 8-game winning streak last year, including the Super Bowl. 8-game winning streak, and they won the Super Bowl.
Well, what does that mean? We're not going to win 8.
We can.
No.
It's possible. No, well, wait a second. No. Wait a second. We have a 50% chance of winning every game. That's guaranteed. There's a 50% chance of winning every game. You're either going to win, you're going to lose. Unless you're the Steelers and can't figure out how to win or lose and you tie. Okay? 50% chance of winning. There's 8 games left. Right?
Okay. You want to go each game? Well, if they're going to win or lose?
I'm just saying we don't know what's going to happen. I'm not the eternal optimist. Okay? I'm just saying let's see what we got. Okay? And Drew, who's also a Patriots fan, said, "Oh, they went 11-5, and then 6-10 with the Seahawks got in the same year." It all depends. Thank you, there, Andrew, as well. That's Dr. Brawl.
Team than we are right now. They were a better team. They got better players than us. Come on.
Who? You said who's a better team than us right now?
Tampa. They got better players than we do right now.
Tampa just lost to the Washington football team.
Hey, all right, but they won the Super Bowl last year
because they went on an 8-game winning streak at the right time,
and they got good, better players on the team. Look, they got their quarterback.
Okay. Don't say his name because I can't even stand the thought of him. Okay. But right now, that quote unquote better quarterback is showing his age, because you got people saying how crappy he played against the Washington football team. Okay.
And Washington, I'd be concerned about that game too. Let's not talk about, but what about Cincinnati? That Washington came in and beat that Tampa. So I'd be concerned about that game too. Because that could be it.
That's true. But we don't know what Washington team's going to show up. We don't know which Raider team is going to show up. And that's December 5th. Okay. We got the Browns in Cleveland. And right now I like our team better than the Browns. I think we got a better team than the Browns. I know that Ace Skip thinks that the Browns are the best team in football, but I like our team better than the Browns.
I honestly don't know when our next win is going to be. I don't think it's next week, and definitely not in Dallas. Giving. When is our next win?
We got the Bengals this weekend. I think that's a possible win. Right now, I don't have us winning in Dallas. Okay. Cleveland, I have us winning because I think we're a better team than Cleveland. Okay. Washington, I have us winning. I have us winning against Washington December 5th. Okay. Kansas City, the second time, I actually like our chances the second time because I think that there will be something that will burn. Again, that every other game thing. I like the chances against Kansas City the second time. I like our chance against the Broncos. Or sorry, the Chargers the second time. I have us losing to Denver on Christmas. And I have us losing right now to the Colts. Okay? So if you want to go by who I think right now, if you look at it, I see the Colts as a loss. I see the Cowboys as a loss. Okay. Okay. I have the I won't say maybe a loss of that's a pick'em game because you don't know which team's going to show up if the Raiders play the Broncos because we whooped them the first time in Denver, but then they might come in and kick our butts that time. So that's maybe 4-4. Okay, for the next 8. That's 9-7. That's not a playoff team, but at least it's over 500. And by the way, if they go 9-7, then at least I win my bet in Vegas. And I don't bet very often, but that was one of the bets I did, in Vegas.
Like I said before, weeks after the Chicago game, I said 8-9. 8-9. Because this team, it gets my hopes up high, and then I watch this team, and they just disappoint me. And
well, that's because you're Raider Eeyore, man. That's
no,
true.
I'm realistic about it. Every time they get a great win, and I'm into it. And then they go to New York and spit the bit, and then they didn't show up against Kansas City,
That was very horrible to watch personally.
It was unwatchable. I mean, hey, this is the second time another team fake punt on us. Second time.
Yeah, but the first time we covered it well, didn't we?
Yeah. And you know what? I knew that was going to be a fake punt. I'm screaming on the TV. It's going to be a fake punt. I wish I was Renfro because I would have ran up to that guy, picked that football, and ran it into the end zone because I knew that was going to be a fake punt. I just knew it.
I'll be very honest. I was so happy that we had stopped them on third down, that I was rolling around and I was high-fiving and I was getting ready. And by the time that I saw that I missed the play. I'll admit it. I was hanging out, pumping up with the folks around me. And then I turned around and I saw at the very end that they had gotten a first down I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then I saw the replay. And it was horrible to watch. It was horrible to watch.
And then that Kansas City game, they just left guys wide open, like they didn't want to cover. And Mahomes had all day, no pressure on him. It was just, I mean, I saw the spread before the game. I was like, what? They're favored by 3? No way, no. And all the experts are saying, the Raiders are going to win that game, And they spit the bit, just like the Giant game. But that Giant game, they had a chance to tie the game if Jacobs covers that fumble.
Yes. I agree.
And if our field goal kicker makes that 20-yarder, we're talking about winning the game. Not tying. And then another thing about Jacobs, I don't know. I think they should look for a running back in the next year's draft because they say that running backs don't last forever. 5 years max. I would seriously think about another running back because he's hurt every year, right? And as far as Abram, I wouldn't give up on him yet. I mean, he has improved this year.
Well, he played horribly against Kansas City. I will say that.
Some guys have a bad game, once in the season, but I think you got to give him another year, see what happens. You can't give up on him yet. Now, I don't know. Do you listen to Raiders radio?
No, I don't have the time nor the opportunity because I'm at work and I don't have availability of listening to the programming.
This caller called up, said he doesn't like Carr because he doesn't think he's a good quarterback. He doesn't think he's a guy who could help you not only like win games, but help you get into the playoffs. He's not, because if you look at teams who won the Super Bowl, mostly quarterbacks are elite quarterbacks who win. And he's not. He's a good quarterback. He's not great. But he says, and he thought a couple of years ago that he could have traded Carr and get 2 number 1 picks. And if it doesn't go well near the end of the season, I think, because there's teams out there would grab Carr in a heartbeat. I think they should trade him and get 2 draft number 1 picks out of him.
You think that somebody's going to give us 2 number 1s for Derek Carr?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
He's third. He's third in passing. I mean,
Mhm.
that's got to help his draft.
You
Don't
mean
you
his
think?
stock? His stock.
His stuff.
Yeah.
That's got to help him.
Yeah, I mean, so and I see that. I actually can see possibly the Raiders doing that because Gruden's no longer there, and it's going to be somebody new in the organization that will, see what's available. If Mayock is still there, like I said, folks, we don't know what is going to happen at the end of the year. We don't know. And I'm kind of I'm curious as to what the organization will look like. And by the way, that includes a team president that's new, because the guy that's interim under Bedane, he's an interim. Okay, I don't know. Honestly, I'd like to clean house and keep Mayock. I like May. I want to see what Mayock can do by himself.
Still, I don't want him to go. I think he's a good when it comes to drafting.
Yeah, he's a good evaluator. He's a good evaluator.
And I think you could hire a college coach, because if it doesn't turn out it's going to be a cleanup, and we're going to have to rebuild. And by getting a young new quarterback with a college coach that can, bring him up and form to a really great quarterback, I don't want some like over the hill or some washed up. I don't know. I don't want Gus Badley as a head coach. No, stay where he is right now. I don't want it because he's a lousy head coach. He's a good coordinator, but he's a lousy. I think you got to get a really good college coach out there. Okay, especially
like who?
I mean, I've been hearing, but I don't know if he wants the job. The Stanford coach,
David Shaw.
Yeah, I always wanted him, and I think it's time for him to bring him up in the NFL.
Okay. By the way, Raphael, I see you there, Punter. We're up at 2 hours. I'm about ready to cut the show. In fact, I've about been on half an hour too long. But I appreciate you coming in. Thank you. I got Raphael backstage. Everybody, make sure that Raphael, make sure that you put in the comments section where they find you on Twitter and your shows. Make sure you support Raphael, the awesome guy that he is. So he's not going to come in tonight, but please put it in the what do you call it? In the comments section. Support Raphael in his channel. So thank you for coming in, Raphael. I'm just about ready to cut the show though. Appreciate it.
And one more thing, OG said he'd rather get a free agent tackle or guard. I don't want that. I want a draft.
Okay.
Because I don't want somebody like another round stuck with him. I'd rather get, if we're going to rebuild, build with that offensive line, with a fresh offensive line, a fresh quarterback, a new coach, a new system. Because, and another thing, I think Mark Davis.
Quickly, Jimmy, because I got to cut the show.
I think Mark Davis needs to sell. I think the whole franchise, the old, I think it's history now. I think it's just it needs to start something fresh too, and this old Raider mystique. It's getting old, and I don't think Mark Davis is the answer. I don't think we're going to win when he's still the owner. I really don't.
Okay. No, I respect that you have your opinion. I'm actually I would like to see new ownership. I would, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Mark Davis is going to hold on to that team up until the time when the NFL forces him to sell. I think that Mark Davis will keep that team and will do everything in his power to keep that team unless the NFL forces him out. So we'll see about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he promised his dad he would never sell the team. So I know if something happens to him, he passes, and I don't know who would take over.
Well,
I mean, I know
whoever
I heard this.
would be whichever waitress at Hooters he was going out with at the time, because he didn't sign a prenup, and she has something saying that she owns the team now. If Mark Davis dies, he probably will will it to some chick from Hooters. That I can see. I'm serious. I can see that. Hey, Jimmy.
Doesn't he have a sister?
No.
No.
Mark's
Okay.
Mark is the last of the Davises. Mark is the last of the Davises. So, Jimmy, Eeyore.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, brother. And best to your lady again. Tell her I send my best as well. And I said, always, I said, she's the better half. Why do we see your ugly mug? I want to see her.
She doesn't want to come on. She's watching Cheers.
Oh my God. What? Okay, I got to see what season of Cheers is Shelley Long in there, or is Kirstie Alley?
Kirstie Alley. It's season 10.
Okay, Kirstie Alley.
Yeah.
I like Shelley Long Cheers for some. It just had better mesh. It was funnier.
Yeah.
It was funnier with
Yeah.
Shelley. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Jimmy, thanks again, partner. I appreciate you coming in, man.
Okay. Take care.
All right.
See you.
Best to you. Be well. That's Jimmy Farrell. And we're up at 2 hours, man. I trust me, I wanted to leave at 90. But I had OG and I had Richie Rich, and Jimmy was there, and he stayed there. And I was not going to not have him on. I got to have Jimmy because, and the only reason why I told Raphael is because it was the end of the show. So again, make sure that you support Raphael Chacon. Make sure, hopefully he gets it in the comments section. It's Raphael Chacon. He should be in here somewhere. Remember, Chronicles of the Black Hole. We will have our show not next Tuesday. So I'm going to the Flyer game. I know that Jimmy will be interested in that. I'm going to the Flyers game next Tuesday. So I think it's next Tuesday, isn't it? Because Thanksgiving is next week. Yeah. Y'all have a great one. I appreciate Raphael Chacon. Yeah. It's Andrew. Look him up. He's a great dude. Has his podcasts and things like that. Really, really awesome guy from Argentina. So thanks for supporting him. Remember, MHRT Mile High Roundtable for Richie Riche, Broncos talk, but really good analysis of what's going on around the NFL. Remember, tomorrow night it's NFL Nation Live with Ref Guru, myself, and Violator. NFL and Space FL on YouTube. Do that Wednesday nights, 9:00. Remember, it's Captain and Wenches, and we had the Wenches in here for about an hour and 15, so we like that. But yeah, we'll be here Thursday night. Will be another You Don't Know Jack About Sports show. I had to talk about I had to talk. Mike T was said something when he called Peggy spicy. Oh, nope. Not going to. Hey, thanks again to Robert Hawk. Appreciate that, shipmate. Hope that you're well. But no, that was this horrible incantation of Peggy, who actually has football knowledge. That's enough said there. Anyway, y'all take care. Appreciate it. Be well. We'll see you for the next show.